Okay, so here's what we're working with. We're creating an animal function temperament, or we're writing it out for NF, NT, ST, and SF. So we're going to start with our Punnett square modality, meaning we're starting with DI, DE, OI, and OE. Why? Because that allows us to stabilize a visualization frame. You could technically do it any which way you want, but it just organizes itself better in later game when you write it out based on a stabilized Punnett square, a stabilized Grant function stack, a stabilized Cartesian plane, etc, etc. So how would I begin this? I would first want to know, what type is this, period. This is Keirsey's temperament model to give you a little bit of a visualization. And this is my temperament schema in terms of animal function temperaments. This is the first time this is being introduced, and it's being shown verbally and visually. I hope you guys can run with it to use it to your heart's content. In this case, we're talking about 4B, NF, NT, ST, SF. Okay, so after I started writing out psychological functions and then comparing them to animal function temperaments, and not animal function temperaments, but just like, what is an animal function stack? Consume, sleep, play, blast, blast, play, sleep, consume, sleep, blast, play, consume, sleep. And what does that have to do to the functions that underlie each animal function? And so I wrote this out in terms of being able to see and visualize specific psychological functions, psychological types. This is the first order temperaments, if you will. I'm trying to be really careful with my words because I don't know if it's actually a first order temperament. But the point is, we're starting with this, and then I guess we're going to write it out. So maybe if I wrote it out more, we would be able to get a better visualization. So let's try that. Pause. Okay, so I finished writing out the next leg. Then we would copy this over onto this side. Why? Because we have to fill in the animal functions next, and then we put a dash, and then we write out the functions without modalities. So what comes next? We have to identify what this function is and what this type is. So who has DI, NF, and then NT? Who has DI, NF, and then NT? We'll walk you through our thought process next.